Yes, people, welcome back to Albert JTV. Match review time. Brighton 0, Arsenal 1. Let's hit the intro. Yes, people, welcome back. I was going to do the match review last night, but I just thought I want to just chill and enjoy two back-to-back wins, which hasn't happened for a long time with Arsenal. So guys, before we get into the match review, you should know the drill by now. And there you have it. So guys, let's get straight into it. Before I get into it, because I know with social media, you have kind of two different audiences. They don't have all social media. So I will put this out on my IGTV later on Instagram. So for guys watching this content on Instagram, hit the link in my bio and subscribe to the channel before I get that in importantly. Welcome back to my usual subscribers and anybody who recently joined and subscribed to the channel. Thank you once again for your support. So let's get into it. So yeah, match review. Get straight into the lineup. I think a lot of people were sort of to and froing as to what Mikel Arteta was going to do. And I've always said with Mikel Arteta, since he's been in charge at Arsenal, not just so much this season, is he's not predictable really sometimes with the team lineups. He always seems to throw in at least one curveball. I was hoping he would start the same team, and I was on the Same Old Arsenal podcast. Big shout out to the guys there. Thank you for having me on. I thought the only change there would possibly be Aubameyang coming back into the team, which to me would have been harsh on Lacazette, but that's football, and the head coaches or managers have tough decisions to make. So that was a one change I expected, and it happened. I know many people thought, keep the same team exactly, because they deserve it after the performance they put in against Chelsea, but it wasn't to be. Guys, if I get any images on the screen, I'll look away from the screen, just bear with me. So yeah, I thought the first 20 minutes of the game, I thought it was pretty even Steven, really. Brighton are a good footballing side. And I must admit, I was very, very surprised by Graham Potter's team lineup. Yes, it's the Christmas New Year period and you have a lot of games and you need to rotate. But when I looked at the Brighton bench, for example, there were probably about a good 4 or 5 players that I thought was going to start. I was pretty critical of Frank Lampard for not starting Giroud last week because I thought he missed a trick there a bit. But yeah, Potter was very surprised. Welbeck, Maupay was on the bench, Solly March was on the bench, Ben White was on the bench. I think Trossard was on the bench. So I was very surprised the team he picked. But yeah, the first 20 minutes, guys, I thought the possession was pretty equal. I thought Brighton had good passages of play without creating in the final third, which has been their issue really this season. They play good football, but they just don't finish their dinner as such in the final third in terms of getting goals. But yeah, I think some Arsenal fans are probably thinking in that first sort of 20 minutes, maybe even 35 minutes, to be honest, no pattern of play. Again, you saw the issues for me with the midfield connecting to the attack. What I kind of noticed in the first half was there were times when Aubameyang did make some good runs, Martinelli did make some good runs, but the midfield with Xhaka and Elneny are not hitting the passes early. And I'm not talking about hitting Hollywood passes or spectacular passes, passes that professional footballers in the midfield area should make. But you know what? It's the quality. Sometimes we don't have it. It's been an ongoing issue for a very, very long time. So Leno made a couple of good saves in the first half. I must admit, I thought or in the match, to be fair. There was a point in the first half. I don't know what Hector Bellerin was doing. They crossed the ball in from our left-hand side, and he was covering the far post. He could see there was someone behind him, and he just inexplicably just ducked. I thought, what's this guy doing? Couple of really stray off passes from El Neni, putting us in danger in our own final third. I thought Pablo Mari actually did pretty well in the first half, I must admit. But yeah, we just didn't create anything. I mean, you saw the stats at half time where we had one shot and no shots on target. I mean, Brighton had 8 and they were playing with no strikers. So again, it was the same old deja vu Groundhog Day tale with Arsenal. Just the linking of the midfield to the attack is an issue that needs to get sorted out ASAP. Not too sure if it's going to get done in January. And to be totally honest, until, you know what, it's going to be a slog towards the end of the season, because it's going to be an issue that unfortunately is going to rear its ugly head. I think even some people are quite critical. When I looked on sort of Twitter at halftime, saying that Lacazette should have started and Aubameyang, for me, I thought was anonymous in the first half. I think it's too easy to turn around and say sometimes the default answer is always no surface, but do a bit more, move a bit more, Yes, as I alluded to earlier, there were a couple of occasions where him and Martinelli made some very, very good runs. And like I said, as someone who played striker playing football when I was younger, I always look at strikers and movement and anticipation, and the midfield won't find them. So I will defend them on that. But for me, a large section that Aubameyang was anonymous, to be honest. So yeah, possession stats, it could only get better, really. And to be honest, for me, the pressing was missing. What I noticed in the final third, particularly with Lacazette and the three boys, Martinelli, Saka and Emile Smith-Rowe, they was pressing fantastically in the final third. I didn't see that yesterday in the first half. So Arteta, I think, must have had to have got into them, because I don't think he would have been happy with seeing that first half performance, because it reverted back to type. And just to me, there was a lack of pressing in the final third. And again, the transition play between the midfield and the attack, for me, was non-existent. So we go into the second half, and better tempo for the opening 10 minutes. Much better tempo. Much better tempo. Guys, just to remind you, like, share, subscribe to the channel. My Twitter and my Instagram handle are in the overlay at the top of my screen, so follow me on all those social medias. But back to the game. Better tempo in the second half, absolutely. Much better tempo. Uber had a fabulous chance within sort of that 10-minute period, and there was a Martinelli shot. We were getting better cohesion of play, quicker one-touch, two-touch football. Saka, Emile Smith-Rowe were doing brilliant sort of triangles and being brave, and Emile Smith-Rowe in particular, reverse passes, give and goes, one-touch, two-touch. That's what you want to see from your attacking players in the final third. And big shout out to Emile Smith-Rowe, because there's a lot of Arsenal fans that wanted this guy in the team for a while, because they knew he would be that sort of bright spark and creative spark with Bukayo Saka, with Gabriel Martinelli, and it was better in the second half. You saw more patterns of play. But sort of going back to what I was kind of towards the start of the match, but yeah, I was surprised, like I said, with Brighton, the lineup, because when you look at these two players, for example, I actually expected Aubameyang to come back in, like I said. I would have put my house that Neil Maupay would have started, but it was the complete opposite. So a lot of Arsenal fans about Lacazette should have started, which I don't disagree with. And I expected Neil Maupay to start. Our record in Brighton is not fantastic, to be honest. It's not at all. What's it? We've not won a league game at Brighton at the time since 1981. That's when I was born. That's a long time ago, man. 39 years. But yeah, going back to the game, guys. Yeah, we had better passages of play, and then on the 60s, Martinelli comes off, Laca comes on, and then Laca's out of his first touch, 67th minute or 68th minute, whenever it was. Great work by Bukayo Saka again. Fabulous work. Again, taking ownership, being brave, taking players on, roasting Webster at the back. Great play, cuts back to Lacazette. And then I actually didn't think Lacazette's first touch was that great, but he actually was. It's a decent enough first touch, but slotted it away really well. Famous scoreline 1-0 to the Arsenal. So yeah, great goal. And then we had a few more subs. Ceballos comes on for Saka, who takes a really bad knock. He looked serious at the time, but he sort of tried to come back on and carry on, but he just couldn't continue. And I think the other sub we had was Ainsley Maitland-Niles comes on for Emile Smith-Rowe. Brighton had you know what it was? I was worried about Brighton in the sense that they look pretty decent from set pieces, for the simple fact that you've got the likes of Dunk and physical, you know, in the midfield with Basuma. You've got Webster, who's about 6'7". They got some big physical units in their side. So set piece wise, I thought we dealt with them pretty decently with Rob Holding and Pablo Mari. So yeah, guys, we sort of hold on to the win. So I summarise the match. Me personally speaking, people might disagree with me or might think I'm wrong. I didn't think Aubameyang was that great. I take into account the guy's come back from a slight calf injury, but in terms of was it right not to start Lacazette? Probably not. Lacazette comes on, one-touch goal. Emile Smith-Rowe, I thought was excellent. Our three amigos again, got them up on the screen. Martinelli, Saka, and Emile Smith-Rowe. Yeah, they're just, they're brave. They create, they're exciting. They give us energy. There's anticipation. And I think that helps the likes of Lacazette and will eventually help the likes of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. But yeah, I couldn't disagree with, I wouldn't disagree with giving Bukayo Saka man of the match, but if I was really, really pushed on it, I would have personally have gone for Emile Smith-Rowe. I just thought he gave us, and defensively I thought he was good as well. I thought the attacking boys were really, really well. They put a shift in, man, as well as giving us quality in the final third and being brave on the ball. Leno made a couple of good saves, like I said. Pablo Mari I thought was solid. The possession stats were a lot better. I think they was at the end of the match, I think they was equal 50-50 in terms of possession. Arsenal 11 shots in total, 3 on target, which is a complete different contrast to the first half, where we had no shots on target on 1 shot. But yeah, like I said, summary wise, I was very, very surprised with Graham Potter. I must admit, I was very surprised with that team lineup. Obviously, they had Tariq Lamptey missing a right back. I think he had a hamstring injury, who I would love at Arsenal, like many other Arsenal fans. Big win for Mikel Arteta. We need momentum in this team. Said that after the Chelsea game. No point beating Chelsea and not getting a result. Brighton. I went for Arsenal to win 2-1. Brighton, I thought they would sneak it, but to get a 1-0, absolutely take that. Clean sheet, brilliant. So next stop is West Brom. So guys, drop in the comments down below. What did you make of the game? Who was your standout performers? And yeah, we got a 1-0 to the Arsenal. Would you surprise Mikel Arteta started the same lineup or a similar lineup, shall I say, with Lacazette on the bench, Aubameyang start? Guys, drop your comments down below. Smash the like button, please. Share my content. Like I said, my social media handles are at the top of the overlay, so get me on my Instagram and my Twitter. Like I said to my Instagram people, I will put this content out on IGTV. hit the link in my bio on Instagram and subscribe to the channel. So yeah, guys, 6 points out of 6. Need to keep the momentum going. West Brom away is a big game. Do you feel I expect to see a similar team lineup? Not sure. I'll think about it a bit more, and I'll sort of might bring out a match preview sometime, hopefully very soon, or I might collab on somebody else's channel. But big shout out to Mr. Arsenal Podcast. Great watch along yesterday with the guys, Andrew, Joel, Ryan Williams, Melvin, and I forgot somebody else, DWTT. Can't forget you, bro. So yeah, guys, that's me over and out. Mikel Arteta, 6 points out of 6. Bukayo Saka, another assist. Emil Smith-Rowe, bright spark. And Saka and Laca combined. So guys, yeah, that's me, Albert J TV, over and out. As I said, you guys should know the drill by now. And there you have it once again. I love that little bit, man. But yeah, guys, thank you for subscribing to the channel, and you'll see me soon. So that's me, Albert J TV, over and out. Hashtag Brighton 0, Arsenal 1. Hashtag we move to West Brom.